See what these people talking about. I wonder if y'all can hear that. See what these cats talking about on here. Do we have audio from me? Yes, no audio from me. Where's my audio? Mic check. Okay, got that. Now I'm wondering if we're going to get audio from when Harbaugh starts to talk. That's my next question. And maybe I just need to make sure it comes out of my computer. Yeah, so we're going to see what kind of stuff they try to run on us. So I'm actually coming a little earlier. So we can kind of talk and chat about this press conference. What my key? Bro, I mean, honestly, 5-2 ain't bad. 5-2 ain't bad. Let me bring my camera so y'all can see me too. 5-2 not bad. One play lost the game. One. The interception coming out of the second half. That lost the game right there. They couldn't do anything offensively until then.
Not to see everybody, but good to hear you. Hard-fought football game. Disappointed not to come out on top, certainly. Announcement on Ronnie Stanley. He'll be out for the season with an severe ankle injury.
Sucks.
Don't have any information on any of the other injuries.
Sucks.
What questions you have?
Questions for Coach?
John, tough day for Lamar. He did well in some aspects, but he did have 4 turnovers. How would you assess the way he played today?
We didn't play well enough to win the game in the end. Thought we fought hard, competed very well. I'm not sure what the question is actually. Is it about the turnovers or generally how we played?
Man, don't come up here and be no butthole. Be a stand-up guy and answer these questions, bro.
It's about how Lamar played. He had a couple of picks. He lost 2 fumbles.
Yeah, he played hard. He made a lot of plays. The turnovers obviously were disappointing. You don't. I mean, that's the difference in the game in some ways, obviously, and that's part of it. So we're disappointed with that part of it. Very happy with other parts of it. I thought he competed, made a lot of great throws and runs and things like that. So it's a mixed bag in that sense. But of course, we're not pleased with losing the turnover battle. That's something that we always want to win.
Jamison Hensley?
John, do you have any comments with the, I don't know if you saw exactly with Matthew Judon getting ejected. Do you have a reaction?
Yeah, that was a bogus call too.
To that?
Well, I was told what the replay showed. I'm quite sure that, I'm very confident that Matthew didn't touch an official on purpose. I was told he was trying to release his hand away, and there was some contact there, but it wasn't anything that he was trying to do. That's what I understand the case to be.
Daniel Owenfusi?
Should have had more time, definitely.
Given any explanation for, I guess, the final minute with regards to Hayward being down and no time being added, as well as the last play with Snead, the contact there?
Was not. I asked about the time. I got no answer on that. I think they said the time was fine. As far as the last play, the shoulder to the helmet, no, they didn't say a word about it. They just ran off the field.
Aaron Kasnitz?
Hey, John, I know you're still kind of processing losing Ronnie, but how do you see that's kind of affecting the team moving forward and the 2 other tackles play today?
You have to repeat the question. I couldn't hear you, Aaron.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
I know you're still processing losing Ronnie, but considering he just signed his extension and how talented of a player he is, what does it mean to lose him, and how did the 2 tackles play after he went down today?
Right. Well, I mean, it's a tough loss. Obviously, I feel bad for
I will
Ronnie.
say,
I mean, he's a guy that he's been playing well. You mentioned the contract
Fluker
situation.
played better than I
It's not
expected.
really
We just overall
the main
not
thing.
as
The main thing
good
is that he wants to play,
pass
wants to
blocking
be
as
part
we
of
are
it.
run
He's worked
blocking.
very hard to be out there and to contribute. That's the nature of the game, oftentimes, unfortunately. But I'll say this: the guys that stepped in, they played very well. Orlando played very well. Fluke played very well.
What up, lunch take?
And we're
I mean,
very
lunch break,
confident
I'm sorry.
in those players going forward. That's why they're here, because they're those kind of players, and I know they're going to play great football for the rest of the season.
Charles Walker.
Yeah, hey John. You just talked about the way that the offensive line played after Ronnie went out. Were you sort of proud overall of the physicality that you guys played with? I mean, 265 rushing yards. I think you guys also played well along the defensive front. Were you pleased with that?
I'm pleased with our guys. I mean, I love our players. You know, I love who they are. I love what they stand for. They're going to give you everything they absolutely have every single play, as hard as they possibly can. You saw that today. We played a lot of really good football. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We played some dominant football at times, and sometimes so did they. You know, that's what games like this are all about. You know, now we're in a situation where we just look at it from the perspective that this is where our season begins. You know, and we go from here.
You thought we was had adversity before then. We definitely got it now.
Next weekend we've got 2 big road games coming up, but all our focus will be on the Colts on Sunday, and that's what we'll do. But I'm confident in our guys.
Is that better here?
I'm proud of our guys. I trust them completely. I love them. I can't wait to go to work with them.
Todd Karpovich.
Hey, Coach. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
J.K. Dobbins sort of had a breakout game. How encouraging was that performance? And him
That's all the volume I got here. Sorry.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, J.K. wasn't anything surprising to us. I mean, he's going to play well. All of our backs are excellent backs. They all make plays. They all run well when they go out there. So it wasn't anything I think that was surprising in any way. We kind of expected him to play well, just like we do the other guys who play well when they go in there.
Luke Jones.
Hey, John, as we've talked about, you guys wanting to be more consistent with the passing game. How encouraging was it to see Willie Snead step up the way that he did today, making some big catches for you? Yeah, Willie had a heck of a game. I'm just telling you, the big plays, the drives that were extended, the tough catches that were made, he's just tremendous football player. You know, I feel for him a little bit. He's sitting right here. I feel for him a little bit because I feel like that play would have been made in the end zone also to win the game, and it would have been historic. It would have been that kind of a play. So, you know, you just want to see your players protected, and you want to see them protected just like the rules say they should be.
We'll close it out here with Kirk McEwen.
Hey, John, tough loss. The national broadcast team caught you pointing to your head at the end of the game. Was that directed to anybody in particular?
I was talking to the official, the back judge coming off there, saying that I was asking him about the hit to the head on the pass in the end zone.
Hey, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We really
That
appreciate
was a
it.
stupid question. Everybody, man, these people, they get paid to ask some of these stupid ass questions. Who did? Oh, this Big O? We'll keep it going, Big O then.
All right, everyone, we have Orlando Brown here for you all. We'll get it started here with Jameson Hensley.
How can you describe what you did along the offensive line after losing Ronnie and Tyree in the first quarter?
Yeah, as you saw, we moved some guys around. I had to go to left. Fluker came in at right. I believe Pat McCarry was at right guard. Man, it's a hard-fought game. You know, that's probably the best defensive front in the NFL. They're very good at what they do, man.
We should have got more time.
They did what they needed to do today to come out here and win. From an offensive line perspective, man, there's so much room for us to grow, and we're going to continue to do that. You got guys playing new positions in different positions, things that we haven't necessarily worked on, throughout the offseason or throughout the season. It just kind of, unfolds that way. But it was hard fought.
Trust me.
I
know what he's going through with that O-line stuff.
Hey, Orlando, as hard as it was to see Ronnie go down in the first quarter, going forward, how much optimism do you have for the guys on the offensive line with the way you guys blocked?
What you expect him to say? He's supposed to have confidence in his teammates. Man, y'all come on with these
got some guys that really wanted and really want to win. And, they're hard fighters. DJ Fluker is a hard fighter. He's been through a lot in his life and career. Same thing with Pat McCarr being an undrafted free agent, Matt Skura, Bradley Bozeman, man, just a bunch of great men. And, Coach D, everything that he instills in us, man, I got a lot of optimism for us going forward.
Ryan, mate.
Orlando, can you just talk about how hard it was to see Ronnie have that injury?
Very hard, man. That's somebody that's helped me throughout my career. Someone that's did what he needed to do to put himself and his family up for the rest of their life. Losing someone like that, a leader like that to this team, to this offensive line,
don't let it out.
It's hard to put it into words, man. The effect that takes on you a little bit as your morale, but it's the NFL, man, and unfortunately, the mentality is next man up.
There you go. Get the second win, compose yourself.
However things unfold, we got to go out there and do our best.
That way to handle that question.
Moving forward.
Good job, O.
Lando, how much do you guys look back on the first half where you controlled the game and controlled the ball for almost 21 minutes and had the turnovers where it didn't allow you to kind of break open the game? How much do you lament those mistakes in the first half?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure about your question, but I think I know what you're asking. Obviously it's a little bit frustrating, man. When we don't go out there and take care of the ball with the penalties.
I wouldn't put us down like that,
Greg. As a collective group, I think
it's
we put
still
ourselves in the best position, man.
It's still out there, Greg. Circle.
It sucks because we go out here and we lose this game the way we did, and we've been in this situation before and won. So man, it sucks. It's unfortunate. Looking back on it, what could we have done? I had to go and see the film, but we got to start. Getting things clicking and getting things going.
Jamison Hensley.
After a hard-fought game against the Steelers being undefeated, but when you look at the big picture of
I'm gonna say this to some that's kind of doubting in there.
wins,
We played like boo-boo, and they barely won. Think about that.
Right now,
just put that on your mind. We played like boo-boo, and they barely won.
Man, that's so hard to say. To be honest with you, I haven't seen every team in the AFC or every playoff team. I don't think. I know for us personally, there's still a lot of room for us to grow offensively, and everything that we want is right in front of us. We're gonna have to go to work and take it.
We'll close it out here with Aaron Kasnitz.
Hey, Orlando, you might have heard Coach Harbaugh talking about it, but did you see that last play at all? Did you get a look to see what you thought?
He was on the field. What you think he got
interfered with?
Yeah, man, I really don't know. I was blocking my guy.
Orlando, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bruh, who is asking some of these questions? What up, Warrior? I see you, Warrior.
Right, everyone, we have Willie Snead here for you all. We'll get it started here with Daniel Oafusi.
Hey, Willie, just can you kind of take us through that last play? You kind of get sandwiched between the two defenders and time expires. Just what was going through your mind?
Trying to catch the ball?
Yeah, I was just trying to make a play, last play, just for the game. And I was just locked in on the ball, tried to attack it. And, it just felt like a bang-bang play. But, in those situations...
I think I'm more upset at these dumbass questions than I am the players.
And it didn't go our way this time. So, just got to keep moving forward and learn from it.
Jamison Hensley.
Willie, do you feel there was a penalty, an obvious penalty on that play?
I mean, it could have went either way, to be honest. When I got hit, it just happened so quick. As soon as the ball touched my hands, I got hit. So it's like, you never know. I didn't know how he hit me, seriously, but, I got hit in the head. So I'll just leave it at that.
Charles Walker.
Yeah, hey, Willie, can you describe the emotions that kind of rippled through the entire team?
I don't think it was
Ronnie
PI.
went down and
when you look at the steal shots, Minka was way above Snead. Now, he might have had some extra after they missed the ball, but still.
Everybody looks up to and everybody, has a good relationship with. We were all happy for him this week because he got a huge deal. And I know he was ready to play in this game because of the rivalry and everything that it means. Just to see him go down like that, it hurts everybody. And we just wanted to go out there and play all out for him.
Yeah, trio. He did. He balled out today.
Just continue to play hard for him.
From being barely used to making a bunch of
it sucks to see that.
Big plays.
Because he's a great person, a great man, and he works hard, So just praying for him and his family right now. And I know he'll come back stronger from this.
Mark Viviano.
Yeah, we do. We all do the wrong, and we gonna address it when they finish with these interviews. We gonna address it. We know who this game on.
Advice? How do you work with him through tough times? I guess when you lose to a division rival.
Hey man, we can control what we can control. We just gotta keep moving forward. Every mistake that we make, it's a collective group. And we just gotta continue to move forward. We was in a position to win the game, the whole game. With everything that happened, we were still in a position to win the game.
Exactly.
So,
exactly, Willie.
The veteran, mindset that we all have is just next play, worry about the next play. Control what you control, move forward. Don't let the past catch up with what we're trying to do right now. So
right. Don't lose to Pittsburgh twice.
Leading us down the field. In the end, we just came up short.
We'll close it out here with Jeff Zrebeck.
Willie, we've talked a lot each week about the offense, and it seems to be the consensus.
Martin, some of those flags were BS in my opinion.
Breaking out and having a big day. Do you feel like those mistakes in the first half are the kind of things that are holding you back, whether it's some turnovers or a couple key penalties?
Yeah, those are all controllables, man. Everything that you've seen today was controllables by us, and we just got to build from it. We got to stack. We got to continue to learn and grow. And I think on the back end of this season, like Coach said, we just getting started. We starting to figure out who we are on offense and starting to evolve. And
it's the elephant in the room today.
Continues to play lights out.
It's the elephant in the room.
Play complementary football and just eliminate the mistakes like we talking about and move forward.
I can't say you're overrated because he don't get enough. He don't get enough
Hey Willie,
spin.
Appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
As far as I'm talking about Hollywood, B. James. Nah, Hollywood not overrated. What up, big man?
All right, everyone. We have Calais Campbell here for you all. We'll get it started here with Kirk McEwen.
Calais, I know it's hard to be on the
right,
wrong
Sam.
end of this. I know
we played
the Steelers
a horrible
before,
game, and
in
they
your
barely
career,
won.
But your thoughts on being on the Ravens against the Steelers in this tough-fought rivalry today?
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game. Competing every play. Fighting for.
Man, y'all played well enough to win, Calais.
And today just wasn't our day. But this is
what nobody say.
That's a really good football team, and they made the plays to win the game. And you kind of just you look forward to.
He got kicked out because of Coach G-Star. He got kicked out because the coach was trying to hold him back from an altercation, and he ripped away from the coach. And when he ripped his arm loose, it touched the referee, and so they kicked him out.
In the first half, the Steelers' offense did not score. It was the interception return touchdown. Third quarter, things changed a little bit. What did you see? What changed the most in that second half for them offensively?
Yeah, it was
them running empty. That's what changed. It was empty the whole second half.
Plays that they were supposed to. Not supposed to, but the plays that they.
You just watched the game. You saw that.
Plays that gave them the points, and you got to give them the credit. They made plays here and there, but we had a couple of plays here and there with miscommunication. Guy gets a wide open touchdown. That's just football. It happens. You ain't gonna win them all, but I like the way we fought
Me too,
back.
Jay.
They made a couple plays. Got the momentum going, and then we fought back and had a chance to win at the end.
Jeff Zrebeck.
Calais, did Matthew Judon address the team, and how difficult is that to lose when you're better defensive players that early in such a key game?
Yeah, you never want to see that happen, but it's football. It's next man up. And, we know how he feels.
Yeah, he was a trio.
Just the team. We understand, he's a veteran guy. I know he's going to, come back, next week and have a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, toward the end of the game, the ref showed up.
I was happy to see, Ferguson come in and make a bunch of good plays.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good to see young guys stepping up and making plays.
Ryan Mink.
Yeah, we gonna own them Thanksgiving. Yeah, we gonna own them Thanksgiving.
For the most part, you guys controlled the game. There's the turnovers that really hurt you, and like you said, there's a wide open touchdown to Ebron. But for the most part, you guys kind of controlled the tempo of this game. Does that make it harder to kind of swallow?
Well, this is football. You're not gonna win them all, and I feel like, we fought hard, and so it's definitely a little frustrating because you want to win every ball game, but at the end of the day, we'll regroup, take it one.
I don't think so yet, later round. I don't think so yet. Because Roman's play called fits Lamar.
Football game, we didn't have it today. We lost it, but at the same time, I'm proud of the way we fought. We had a chance at the end, and we'll come back, regroup, and find a way to win next week.
Jameson Hensley.
Lance, after losing to the Steelers, you're now 2 games back in the AFC North race. Kind of where is the team's mindset right now going forward?
Coaches ain't throw them interceptions. B. James. Coaches. Coaching didn't have 2 guys in the same spot, and you still try to loft it over a guy 2 yards in front of you.
Take it one play at a time.
That ain't coaching.
One day at a time, and find a way to win some ball games. I mean, all this means is that we won't go better than 14-2. But
appreciate the subscription.
At the same time, it's a lot of football to play.
What's that?
One
Marcus.
day at a time.
Appreciate the subscription. I think that's upper echelon, Marcus. Appreciate it.
We'll close it out here with Aaron Casinitz.
Hey, Clay, so what was it like to play with Yannick again, and how do you think he kind of fared in his first game?
It was great. It was great. He was competitive out there. Just out there trying to make plays. And it's kind of tough because I feel like Big Ben was getting rid of the ball fast. I mean, he did exactly what you see on tape. And just made quick decisions. And so it was like you're getting good rushes, you're getting close, and just can't get there. But at the end of the day, he's a guy that's gonna help us win a lot of ball games.
Mm-hmm.
And
they did.
I was excited to be out there with him.
They did, Antoine.
Being able to share and pinch on his brain on the field.
You're welcome.
It felt good to be out there with him.
Calais, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Who's next? I don't know if they're gonna give us what we want. We out. Oh, there he is. Okay, that's what we want. Damn, freaky, you just took a shower and everything
All right, everyone,
already?
we have Lamar Jackson here for you all. We'll get it started here with Jamison Hensley.
Lamar, what's kind of your feeling about your performance after this game? You almost let it come back, but you also had a little bit more turnovers than you usually have.
Yeah, the turnovers, I feel, is the reason why we lost the game. I put that on me. The start of the game, the first drive, a pick 6. Then we drive to the red zone, a fumble. Got to get the ball out quick because we know they're dominant up front. And then a pick off the player from the flat, throwing at the mark. Got to clean those up, and I feel we won that game. So that's all to it.
Most definitely.
Jeff Zarebe.
Congrats, Fish in New York. Congrats to you.
Drop a couple balls, fumble. What do you attribute some of the ball security issues specifically to that?
Just hold on to the ball. That's all.
Exactly.
Been doing a great
You gotta
job
take
at it
care
all
of the ball.
season.
You
Just
got
get
to.
better when we playing against the right team.
Daniel Oyefusi.
Hey, Lamar, it seems like all season we've been talking about how defenses are playing, the offense and you in particular. I mean, is there...
All right, now I
did
gave you
see anything out of
congratulations.
ordinary today,
Don't
or
get
was
out of
it kind
pocket.
the usual, them stacking the box, forcing
Y'all
guys
won.
to
Fair and
make
correct.
plays deep?
No, it was the usual. They didn't do anything specific.
Ryan, who Mike you talking about, bro?
Bo Smoker.
Lamar, could you take us through the final 4th down play, what you saw and how that play unfolded?
They was just drop 8. Where they had guys rushing, but I just tried to get a seam throw and just tried to throw it up to Willie.
Adam Kilgore.
Hey, Lamar, on the first play of the second half, what did you see from their defense, and did the linebacker there do anything that kind of fooled you or that you didn't expect?
When I had Pat in the flats, he looked like he was going to defend Pat, but when I throw it up the mark, the drop over the mark, he fell off and just made a great play.
Aaron Casinitz.
Hey, Lamar, what was it like? I saw one of you guys
we
go
should have
out
kept running.
to kind of support Ronnie Stanley when he was down. What was it like at that moment, and what did it mean to lose a guy like that?
Man, that's our brother. We wanted to win this game for him. It was all about him. At that point, when we see him go down, he means a lot to our offense, and we don't want to see our brother go down at all, no matter what position he plays. But I hope he's doing good.
86 on
That's all we can get the victory for him.
Kirk McEwen.
Hey, Lamar, 14 plays in the red zone to start the second quarter, only 7 points to show for it.
That's
Do you
a
look
dang
back
shame.
and wonder, missed
Dang
opportunities?
Yeah, like I said with the fumble, we was talking about that all week, just getting the ball out quick. And if that would have happened, it wouldn't have been no fumble, probably another touchdown. It would have been 14-0. Well, 14-7 at the time, but.
A couple more here. We'll start it off with Jeff Zarebe.
Yeah, and I'm gonna adjust that what you talk about, Will, because in a way, I feel the same way you do. That's a great comment, Will G.
About that play, what did you kind of see there?
Oh, this the mic you talking about? Yeah, I hear it now.
Fitzpatrick spine on me. They had him at the safety spine. I thought it was going to be a great play at the time, but they just made a good stop.
We'll close it out here with Jamison Hensley.
Lamar, obviously this team is in good position at 5-2, but of course against the Steelers and the Chiefs, those are the losses. Where do you kind of feel this team stands right now?
I feel really great spot.
8-6, I haven't done it yet.
Like I said, our defense played great.
I've been
my offense did good.
kind of busy. I hadn't looked into it since we talked
game.
about it that day.
I feel we not peeking ahead. We're doing great. We're just going to get in practice. We're going to work hard.
Lamar, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Lamar Jackson in the flesh.
That will conclude our availability
Appreciate
today,
it.
everyone.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much for joining
86
us.
goes.
We'll see
Appreciate
you all
it.
next week. Have a good one.
All right. So that's the end of that. So let me kind of adjust a little bit. Let me and put my mic back on me. So mic check, mic check. It's just me now. Should be able to just hear me. Let me close this out. Escape here. Give y'all a different little scenario. Okay, got that there. Let me close this stuff out over on this side. I'll minimize it rather. Okay. Let me gather myself and give you my 2 cents real quick. See if I can add myself to this. In fact, I just find me a picture to put up and then I'll add myself to that picture. Give me 1 second. And while I'm getting my thoughts together too, and I'm gonna open the phone lines up for a hot second. Come on. There we go. There's a lot to process, a lot to dissect. And just, bruh. Now, we'll give you my spiel while we waiting. I ain't got to put no picture up there. I would just talk through here. I'll talk through here and leave that up. So let me go find these stats. What I will say, we're 5-2. 5-2, which, is not bad. 5-2 not bad, but we all expect more. It's obvious that we all expect more out of everybody on the team. I'm going to go with the positive first. We lost our left tackle, our starting left tackle. We lost our starting right guard. And we lost a defensive end that, that's okay. He's okay. Judon's okay. And Lamar had two interceptions. He had a pick 6 and then that pick. Had and maybe 2 fumbles too. So Lamar had 4 turnovers. And they barely won. They won us by breaking up a pass on the end zone with no time left on the clock. Just let that sink in, on top of, not to be mad or not to be, not to be upset about the situation, but just think about all that stuff that went on and they barely won. Yes, we blew a lead. But still, think about that. All that stuff went on, they barely won. Orlando's out. TJ Watt was, his dirty stuff he do with constantly hitting Lamar, and it's obvious when we run some kind of dive option, whatever, and we hand the ball off, they know Lamar don't have the ball, and he still hit him. And they should have known that last year because the one game I got to go to in Pittsburgh when he kept hitting RG3, just kept doing it. I think that's why him and McCarry got into it in that game, week 17 last year, because he would just haul off the end and hit the quarterback no matter what happened. It's obvious that the dude hand the ball. Now if it's some gray area where they ride the mesh and whatnot, and you hit both of them, fine, so be it. I mean, I understand, but it's straight handoffs and there's not even a fake to run, and you still hitting the quarterback. So in my eyes, some of those should have been penalties anyway. I'm not gonna say why we didn't get those penalties, probably because we got to run the quarterback. The kind of is when you think about it, if Ben would have been doing that, and we know Ben out of run. If Ben would have been turning around, handing off like a dive like that, and he got hit anyway, flags. If A-Rod would have been doing it, flags. And I'm not making this black or white thing. I'm making it athletic and non-athletic. Because if you take Trace McSorley back there, they not gonna call a flag on him. So it's not black or white. It's just I'm thinking athleticism and none athletic. That's where I'm going with this. So I don't turn my statements into something they're not. But I want to allude that to like Shaq. You think about when Shaq played in the NBA. How many countless times Shaq, got fouled while he was trying to dunk or shoot a free throw and it wasn't called? I mean, not free throw, but shoot the jump hook or something not called. But then on the other end, if he just go up for a block and do like barely touch his rib, they fall as a foul. Same difference. You got to call it the same way both sides for everybody. So if this dude handing the ball off and getting hit almost every time, throw the freaking flag. That's unnecessary. That is the epitome of unnecessary roughness. The epitome of unnecessary roughness. But again, we did win. I think we won time possession. We was big on time possession, early in the game. I'm trying to get you some stats. That's why you hear me over here picking. I'm trying to get you some stats. Because this is... Let me calm down, because it's not as bad as it seems. It's really not. Yeah, I'm gonna take a few calls in a second. It's not as bad as it seems. I'm just trying to get to, because with them doing the press conferences, I kind of got out of my normal routine of stuff. So I'm really, and the time I should have been setting up, I was on live listening to the press conferences. So that's why I'm kind of off in my, I kind of bootlegging this thing right here. As soon as I get my stats up, we coming. I just want to see time possession and stuff like that. So I got the game book up, and I'll put it up so everybody can see it with me. Let me make it bigger for everybody. All right, now let me click y'all in. All right, make it a little bigger. Y'all still can't see that, I don't think. I'll make this bigger. Make this bigger over here. There we go. All right, that should be big enough for everybody to see. So obviously we lost 28-14. Those 14 third quarter points were huge. We're huge. Just huge. They got a pick six to start the game. We fired off 17 straight. Was controlling the clock. Had like 160 something, 170 something rushing in the first half. Come out. Do they score on their first drive? Do Pittsburgh score on their first drive and then we turn it over? I don't remember. I think we stopped them maybe, and then we stopped them on their first drive. They got the ball at halftime, I think. We stopped them on their first drive, then came out through the pick, if my memory serves me correct. But anyway, that pick changed the momentum, and from then on out, they were in empty. And I mean, you got to give it to Ben. I'm sure Ben called most of these plays that second half. I'm sure Ben called most of those plays the second half. Lamar threw for 208, but under 50% completion. That's 13 for 28. That's not going to cut it. Ben threw for less than Lamar, but look at his QB rating, 103. He was 21 for 32, which is, 28 would have been 75. So he may be right around 68, 69% completion on his passes. Schuster with 7, Claypool with 5. And, most of these numbers for each receiver happened in the second half. So the first half, it was lights out. They tried to run a traditional offense in the first half, and they couldn't do it. So the only thing they had left in their bag of tricks was no huddle. I mean, not no huddle, empty. And it's tough because they run a million rubs. They keep good receivers. And so you just got to try to mix that stuff up, because I'm going to be honest with you, playing DB in the NFL is probably one of the hardest things to do. And note on that drive where they were just throwing the ball up and got probably about 50 to 60 yards in penalties just from throwing the ball up. Playing DB is one of the hardest things to do in the NFL, because the game is so offensive, like geared to the offense, because people want to see offense. Playing DB is one of the hardest things to do. We got a phantom PI early in the game on Marcus Peters. I got a PI on Marlon late that they didn't even show the replay, because that's probably how egregious it was. We got another PI on that same drive from Bonds maybe. Then we got a play where Bonds thought he had a breakup, quit and stopped, and Ebron got like another 8 yards. I'm getting on a tangent again. Let me go to time possession, because see, I'm getting off of my tangent again. All right, here we go. Final team stats. We had 25 first downs, which is always good. 450 yards of offense. How in the blue hell do you have 450 yards of offense and you lose? I'm going to tell you how. Turnovers. 450 yards of offense. Rushing. We rushed for 265. They rushed for 48. We rushed for 265. They rushed for 48. We passed for 208. They passed for 182. All these numbers in this right column say the Ravens win, with the exception of turnovers. And where is that? Where is it? I don't see turnovers on here. Did I skip over it? Did I miss it? I see penalties. I see fumbles. 4 fumbles, 2 losses. Penalties 9 for 110. That hurt. But I don't see turnovers on this paper. Maybe I'm overlooking it because I'm speedballing through. But time possession. We finally won time possession. And that's with them having the ball almost the entire third quarter. Because they had the ball a long time in the third quarter. So, and look, our drive summary. We don't care about them. We're going to worry about us. Interception, which is a pick 6. Touchdown, which is fine. Fumble, I think fumble in the red zone. Next possession, punt, then a touchdown, then a field goal. Then interception again coming out of the second half. Punt. Got a touchdown on a drive in which we pounded the rock. Then that fumble, in the red zone. Then end of the game, right outside the red zone. Maybe like the 18-yard line, something like that. So, it's... Let me get the phone lines. So I know y'all want to talk about this. Let me open the phone lines up. I got, what time is it? Where's my phone? Okay, we got about 40 minutes before I got to get off. Dude, some people don't understand common English, bro. What, dude? I told you 6 o'clock. I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to hear that. Come on, act right. There we go. Where's my call? Y'all might see a little bit of my background here in a second. See all my files on my screen. There we go. Get that open. Close this.
Big trust. Woo. Lamar Jackson.
Appreciate it, 86. Appreciate it. We welcome all the fans, but keep that trolling. Oh, so I ain't paying no attention to them yet. I ain't even paying no attention to them. So if they bother y'all just block them on y'all end, because I ain't really paying attention to them right now. I was focused on that. I hadn't even really looked at the chat. I appreciate you, 86. I might need to make you a moderator.
Please enter job cost code followed by the pound or hash sign.
That's what I might need to do. Make you a moderator. Oh, I got somebody here already.
There is one other participant in the conference. The recording has started. Please announce yourself.
Who we got on the line right here?
Triple OG.
Oh, I already know. It's Godson, man. What's good? What's good, G? Go ahead, Ronnie.
Man. Oh, I'm not mad no more. Once I heard old Boogie, say, yeah, I lost the game pretty much. He manned up. We good. We Gucci.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like. Say it again.
Go ahead, Godson. That's me. I gotta mute somebody. That's all. Go ahead.
I do feel like yet again, every time we leave, I feel like we beat ourselves, man.
Yeah,
and that's what I feel we did with the interceptions. With the penalties, we had over 100 something yards in penalties today.
Right. 110 is what I just saw. 110.
Yep. 110. Not only that, then we lost 2 of our offensive linemen. And then with the Judo, even though I think that was terrible call to put him out the game. But,
horrible.
I mean, it is what it is. But we're going to beat them on Thanksgiving, though. And I lost like $100 something, but I ain't even tripping.
Right.
For real, because I know we're going to get them on Thanksgiving. And we're going to win the Super Bowl.
I'm with you. I'm with you. We going to go through so much adversity this year that when the playoff time roll around, them boys going to be balls to the wall.
Yep.
Balls to the wall. And I feel what they're going through in the O-line because I'm going through it myself with my deal. So I know how hard it is to mix and match, and try to keep continuity with new guys and new positions every day. So I know what's going on, but it is what it is. We're gonna keep rolling and go from there.
Yeah, let me ask you a question though. The trade deadline, what, Tuesday? Yep. I was thinking about a wide receiver. Now we might gotta go line, man.
And I agree with you. We probably do have to go line. It's we need it. Fluker is not a great run blocker. Neither is Orlando. I mean, not run blocker. I said it wrong. They're not great pass blockers. Both of them are good in the run game, but when we got to throw it, and I'm gonna shout both of them out because even when they came in, you ain't hear a lot in the pass rush from Watt and Bud Dupree. They did okay, but the main guy that messed us up was the nose guard. The 3 tech and the 1 tech. So.
Yep. What's his name? Bugs or something?
Bugs, yep. Yeah, Bugs, yep.
Yeah, he was killing. He was talking smack, but the messed up part is he was backing it up. I couldn't even get mad.
He was. I didn't know he was that good.
Me neither. I never even heard of him until today.
Right. I didn't know he was that good. But again, hey man, we gonna be straight. But I got like what 1, 2. I got about 4, 5 more people on here, so I'm gonna let them get in because you always gonna come through. And so I'm gonna try to get some of these guys that normally don't come through, man. I appreciate you. And again, we gonna beat them Thanksgiving. We still gonna do what we gotta do in the playoffs. And yes, I still believe we're going to the Super Bowl. This one game.
All day.
It's one game.
All day.
One game. But it was a crappy game, but one game. I appreciate you, boss.
No problem. All right, man.
All right. Let's see who up next. I think there's Nerone up next.
What's up, Coach?
What's up? This Nerone? I got Nerone on?
Yes, sir.
So, first, before we start, I finally got an email saying that your stuff is on the way. Finally. Okay. So, I should have screenshot it and sent it to you in a DM, but I finally got the email saying, hey, your order is on the way. So, look for it soon. But go ahead about the game, man. Go ahead.
So, before anything, before I begin, I want to say congrats to the Steelers. They won, but that they didn't win, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
They won the game, but they didn't win. I want to say that, first of all. Now, Lamar, he played horrific. Flat out.
That's being nice.
He played horrific. It really is being nice. He played horrific. I mean, we was grounding and pounding the ball whenever we wanted to on the ground. In the passing, it was not there. He threw the ball when the linebacker backed out and Andrews was covered. He didn't see the linebacker. He just threw it, and that was the interception. Then on the first play of the drive, he throws a pick trying to get to Prochet when Prochet was actually covered.
Yes.
I mean, and then after that, he tried to throw the ball. Luckily, the ball wasn't intercepted, but he threw the ball to Andrews. I don't know what yardage he was. He just popped it. He just threw it in the air, and luckily Andrews caught the ball, but it wasn't a turnover. Thanks to him.
Honestly, the ball Hayden caught was an interception too. It just the ball touched too much to the ground.
Yeah, that should have been an interception too. So he should have had like 5 or 6 interceptions this whole game. This by far was his worst performance of the season.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like he didn't value the ball.
Exactly.
Like he was too loosey goosey with the ball.
Exactly. But on defense, they need a break. They need to have this whole week off. I don't care what they need to do. They need to have this whole week off, iced up, offense, starting tomorrow morning. I expect them to go right back to work.
Yeah, the defense played well enough to win.
Exactly, they did. Even when Judon was out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why. He got ejected in the first place. Yeah. That was uncalled. That was stupid.
it's so Judon's situation was I think something happened on the sideline. One of their receivers and Marcus Peters got into it, and the dude kind of shoved Peters or pushed somebody off, and Judon was, I like it. He was going to back his teammate up, and a coach or something tried to grab him, and so he tried to shake away. When you're mad, you want to fight, and when somebody grabs you, like, get up off me. And so he was pulling away from the coach. And as he pulled away, his arm kind of swung around, and I wouldn't even say hit a referee. I would say touched. And then the referee like pointed at him like, yeah, you out. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. That's crazy.
On defense, though, we made some mental mistakes on defense with some of the penalties.
Mm-hmm.
We made some mental mistakes. Like the Pittsburgh shouldn't even have 28 points. They should have like 17 at the most.
Right.
And that's
I don't think they should have that. I don't think they should have had that. But the only thing I think is had they found the empty sets earlier, they may have the points they had. Because that's like everything else they ran, we stopped. We couldn't stop their empty sets. And I had my hats off to their coaching staff for staying with it. They pretty much ran empty the entire second half. So hats off to them for that. And it's tough to defend them with all them rub routes and Juju as strong as he is, and Claypool, and it's crazy.
To be honest, Claypool actually set a pick. He set a pick to get Juju wide open.
Right.
He set a pick for him to get wide open. That should have been a call, but I will say this. I kind of lost my train of thought, though. But, yeah, Lamar, we have to work on ball security.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, when Andrews caught the ball and he lost it, it went out of bounds.
Right. But on that one, Andrews didn't see him coming. That was a good play by the DB.
Surprised.
Yeah, that was a good play by the DB. So
what I saw from Duvernay today, even though we didn't see him as much, gives me hope for this wide receiver group.
Yeah, I do.
It does.
It does. Because part of the thing is, and I'm gonna kind of get off on the tangent a little bit. All our receivers are not horrible. They just don't get opportunities as other teams because we a ground and pound game. So as a whole, all our receivers are not horrible because we see when they get opportunities, for the most part, they make plays. Hell, Boykin even made plays, early in the game. Them catches he made, they weren't easy. Those were not easy catches, the ones Boykins made. And hold on.
They got him involved early in the game.
Mm-hmm. One thing, if anybody in the chat box is offending you or trolling you or whatnot, if you block them, you won't see any of their comments. So it's just that simple. Don't even give them the time of day, the effort, and they can come in if they want to. But if you don't want to see their comments or whatever, just block them and keep it moving because you won't see them. That's like when I go to Ravens live stuff and the other teams, people coming there with all that BS, I just block them. I never even see what they talking about. And so that would clear your headache up right there. Anybody that's being bothered.
It was a lot of that in Graven's live stream when he was doing it. I'm like, man. But yeah, I mean that like I said before, that was Lamar's worst performance of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm hoping this was like Rocky when versus when whatchamacallit was in the United States and he beat whatchamacallit in the United States, but then Rocky came back and beat whatchamacallit in Europe, in Russia.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah, this was that situation.
We gonna get him, man. I'm confident we gonna get him because, like I said, we played like crap, and still.
I really was looking that we was gonna win this game because you see it a lot on Good Morning Football, Get Up, and I'm thinking, okay, we coming off a bye week, we had time to prepare, and we gonna win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But
just think about it though, and just think about it. They had one set that we could not stop. Everything else they ran, that they've been running against everybody else, we shut it down. We just didn't have an answer to their empty set. Every traditional style of football they had, we boxed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Boxed it up. Them turnovers and no real answer to their empty set is what won them that game. Mainly the turnovers, because we could have...
like we said before, we had 400 and something yards of offense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Steelers, they only gave up on the season so far 300-something yards total. And that speaks volume. But people that say, oh, the coaching in this game was terrible, it was not. Yeah, on some calls, it was terrible, like that 3rd and 8. They decided to go with a run play, knowing it's 3rd and 8. But I kind of see why they went with that, because of Lamar's not being successful through the air, and so they want to go with a run play. So I could see that. But specifically, this whole game was on Lamar, which I'm happy because this is not on coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that this game was on the players instead of coaching, because normally we would say our games have been on coaching, or Chiefs games, coaching. The game against the Cleveland Browns, coaching. But this game specifically was on one player.
Right.
And one player. Well, it's on two actually. It's on Lamar and it's on the offensive line.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna throw the offensive line in there because they got cut.
Yeah,
they got cut deep.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut them some slack because they got injured, like injuries, key injuries on the offensive line, but not holding up blocks or not holding up blocks in the passing game is what I'm trying to get at, and to give Lamar time because Lamar didn't quite have time in the pocket like he kind of expected, but then Lamar didn't throw the ball away when he didn't see nothing, especially in the red zone. I wanted him to throw the ball away.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing there. Just throw it out past the end zone and reset. Yeah. But instead, he constantly pump faking, trying to find somebody open. I'm thinking what he wanted to do, he wants to get other people involved instead of looking for Mandrews and Hollywood.
Yeah, and he hear everybody talking about that, and I know it's on his mind, and he's trying to do that. But I got 4 people behind you, and not to cut you off, I want to give them a chance because I ain't really had this many people call in, and I appreciate them, and I don't want them to get frustrated and hang up. All right. So again, your package should be on the way, and I'm gonna try to remember to screenshot the email I got, and I'll send it to you on Twitter. All right.
All righty.
I appreciate you, Nerone. Have a good one, buddy.
You're welcome. You have a good one. You do the same.
Let's see what we got next. 717.
Hey, Coach, it's Thomas. How you doing, bud?
Hey, now how you doing?
Well, I mean, I was hoping I'd be doing a little bit better, but Ravens didn't pull it out today. But all things considered, they put up some fight. And by the way, I'm telling you this from Central Pennsylvania, where I'm surrounded by Steelers fans.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a good time talking with all my buddies. But the biggest thing that was on my mind tonight was some of the weaknesses with the offensive line. We've been seeing that for a while, and with the injuries tonight, I just wanted to address one thing that I've seen a lot, and that is people talking about Ben Powers stepping in and being the cure-all to everything at right guard, and that was even before the injury, you know. And I'm not here to bash the guy or anything. I actually really liked him out of the draft, and I've been hoping that he would step up and perform well. But you look back to last year, and they were signing guys off the street to put on the depth chart ahead of him in the middle of the season. He lost his number to one of those guys. He was either number 70 or 72, and he had to give up his jersey number to Parker Anger in the middle of the season. And then this year he couldn't beat out Tyree Phillips. And I understand that the team probably has an interest to get Tyree Phillips on the field to get him some reps because he's probably the replacement for Orlando Brown. And depending on what we see long term with Stanley now, it looked like he had a pretty bad injury. Who knows what happens there? But
yeah, he's out for the year.
I think they're anticipating that Tyree Phillips is going to be on the field soon, so they had an extra incentive to put him out there. But as far as Ben Powers goes, he was getting beaten out by guys up off the street last year, and then once Skura went down at center, I figured, well, they'll probably slide Bozeman over, and we'll see Ben Powers, or we'll at least see one of these other guys, and then Ben Powers will be active. But they didn't even do that. They brought in McCarry off the practice squad to play center, and didn't even put Ben Powers in to play guard.
Exactly.
So I just, after seeing those injuries on the line tonight, wanted to bring that up. I know you spend a lot of time looking at the offensive linemen, and I figure you probably had maybe some feedback on that. So I just wanted to bring that up with you. And I'll do my best to fight the Steelers fans around here.
Hey, good luck to you. Good luck to you in that battle. But a lot of great points, and it is what it is, man. We just the turnovers, and as to address that, what you said about the offensive line, we were never a good pass blocking team, even with our 5 starters there. Stanley is the best pass blocker we have by far. Those other 4 guys just kind of hang on, even Orlando. But when you go to run blocking, it's different. That's why that drive that we pounded them, I think it was the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th, when we pounded the rock. They can do that because DJ because Fluke was a run blocker. So, we can do that. The only difference was their nose tackle was killing Skura. That was their nose tackle was able to 2-gap and was killing Skura on runs that were downhill for the most part. And a lot of our good runs came in the B-gap. And we ran stretch with Gus. I thought that we shouldn't be doing it, but we did have that one long run with Gus running the stretch. But all the other stretches, Gus don't have the twitch that Dobbins do to kind of cut back on some of those stretch runs. But he did a good job. Dobbins had his first 100-yard game. We need to throw that out there. So, that's it's bad because we lost. It's bad because we look bad. It's bad because we had all the turnovers. But our numbers say we should have won the game. But when you have a ton of numbers and 4 turnovers, you're probably never going to win. And especially not 4 turnovers by pretty much the same guy. So that is what we is, man. And I appreciate you for calling in. I got 3 more behind you, so I'm going to give them a chance to get their thoughts and opinions out. And when we had this conversation next week, I promise you it'll be a different conversation because the coach will pay. And I think it's the coach. The coach will pay for what happened today.
All right, bud. Hey, it was good getting in touch with you. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your breakdowns of this year because I know a lot has changed since last year. We got a lot of new personnel out there, and they're trying to do some different things and also trying to do some of the same old things well. So always tuning in and looking forward to what you have to say.
Yep. Appreciate it. And I'll talk to you definitely next Sunday, Thomas.
Yep. See ya.
All right. Let's see who we got today. You want to move this? Yep. Let's see where we at. 781. Come through. 781. I got you wrong.
Yo.
Who I got?
I'm sick and tired of these white devils telling Lamar what to do. He's been doing everything he's supposed to do, and then these white motherfuckers...
Come on now. I muted you so they don't hear what's going on. Get right or get off, man. That's BS, man. Come on. Don't do that. But anyway, 314, what we got? Who we got?
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
Could you hear that crap?
Yeah, I heard them all. I don't know why you waited that whole time to just do something petty like that.
Right, but go ahead.
Yeah, this is Deron from St. Louis.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you on that last call you had before he called? Did you say a coach gonna pay for what happened today?
Not a coach. I said the Colts.
Oh,
I think we play the Colts. I think we play the Colts next. I think.
Let me ask you this: how come every big game we play that we lose, we always got a lead, and for some reason they put Lamar in a position where he throw picks instead of us just running the ball and keeping the lead?
Trying to be cute, man. Trying to adjust before adjustments are needed. That's my 2 cents on it. And again, they make the big bucks. I don't. They're trying to adjust before adjustments are needed. This your first play of the second half, so you don't know if they've made an adjustment to defend your run game, and you throw a play action. So I get where you're coming from, but that's my 2 cents. I don't know for sure, but go ahead.
And then it makes me feel bad because everybody already on Twitter going off on Lamar. He trash this. We know he need to get better in the passing game, but we can't keep putting him in positions to throw picks when we already got the lead. Like I really just don't get why they keep doing that. We know we know he's not as well as he's not there yet where we want him to be. So we gotta coaches gotta protect him from just throwing picks. And the first pass we threw, we have 10 points, 160 yards rushing in the first half. We come out and throw the ball, and it get picked, and we throwing it to the fullback on the 3-yard route.
Let me give you all the scenarios that's wrong in that play. First of all, the actual play call. Second of all, somebody's route was wrong because they were like 3 yards apart, the fullback and the tight end, and he was trying to get it over the guy guarding the fullback to the tight end, but because they were so close, the guy that picked it can defend both of them. So the guy that intercepted the ball was not guarding the tight end; he was guarding the fullback. But when you play defense, you're taught to defend the deeper route and just come up and make the tackle on the other one. But because they were so close, he could defend both of them. Third off, they ran into the short side of the field, to the boundary. So that's 3 negatives right there on the flood concept. Oh, let me give you a fourth one. Because it was to the left. He's probably going to be better throwing if he roll out to the right. Because he's right-handed. So, just on that one play, it's 4 different things that you can point out that went wrong.
And this game reminded me of the game we lost in the playoffs to the Titans. That whole first drive on that Titans game, we was moving the ball. They couldn't stop the run, and then out of nowhere, we just throw the ball, and it gets tipped, and it's a pick.
Mm-hmm.
So now Lamar looking bad again.
Yep.
I understand it's a pick, but we can't keep being we can't have them in the motion, and we running, and then you stop the run while you winning to throw a pick, and now he looking bad. Now, is he a good quarterback? Like, they can't keep putting him in positions to do this.
I agree with you. And see, look,
I really think we need a coach.
Check this out. I don't mean to cut y'all, but my mama is super petty. And I don't know if y'all know this, but my mom and my dad Steelers fans. I ain't talked to my mom all week, and I got a missed call from her 3 minutes ago. See how Steelers fans do? My own mama.
Yeah,
it be your own people, man. It be your own people. It be your own people. I ain't calling her back either. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that out there because I know that's people get a kick out of that.
Now that's all it is. And I just feel like we know Lamar not a pass, that 100% pass yet, and I feel like they making him look bad by putting him in positions to throw the ball and lose games when we don't need to. I feel like they putting more weight on him. They supposed to be protecting him from all of this, and they just putting him in positions to look bad. And I really don't like it.
Right. As coaches, they got to, like you said, put him in better position. And I understand what they were trying to do, but to me, see if they adjusted to stop your run first. See if they adjust to stop your run first, then come with your adjustments. Because I tweeted out, adjust to their adjustments, at halftime, then move forward. But we didn't even get a chance to see if they adjusted. We did something crazy. Now, had it worked, I still would have felt the same way. Had he completed that pass, had it went out of bounds, I still would have felt the same way. Why are we doing it? So I ain't just saying it because he threw an interception. I think the concept, the actual play call in that instance was bad. Now, there was and you ain't mentioned it, but I'm going to bring it up. The draw. I think that was a great play call. I think that draw was a great play call. Skura just lost at the point of attack. Just because you had arguably your best runner running the ball with less people in the box. And the one guy that has, I forget his name, whatever the guy is for Pittsburgh, he basically got both A-gaps. Bugs. He had both A-gaps, and he made a play. So I had off the Bugs for making a play on that one, but I think that was one of the better play calls of the game. That and then the route where the Duvernay got the ball, where we faked like he was going underneath and went over top. That was 2 good play calls right there. But, I got
I like that dude. I like him.
Yeah, he's that deal. He is that deal.
All participants are on hold.
So what? I still got you. Hold on, my bad. I hit the wrong button.
All
Unhold.
participants are off hold. The
Lock.
conference
That's
has
what I
been
wanted to do.
locked.
So there you go. Now I got you. That's all you got for me today?
Yeah, that's all I got for you, man. I just feel like they need to protect them for better play calling, man.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we're here for. We're here to vent, get it all out, then start to try to find a positive as we move forward to next week. That's what we're doing here. And that's definitely what this is for me, to get it all out and maybe come back and watch it later and then move forward going from there. Because it is one game. We still in a good seat for the playoffs. And keep in mind, only one team gets a bye this week, so that's one thing we ain't got to say. We still got a chance to do that because everybody lost a game but the Steelers. So if they mess around and lose, and then we beat them on Thanksgiving, we still got the opportunity. But it is what it is, and I appreciate you for calling in. The conversation's always good. And again, next week we're gonna have a better conversation. I promise you.
All right.
Appreciate you, bud. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what we got. 615. Who we got?
What's up, Coach? My name is Phil from Tennessee.
What up, Phil?
Hey, man. I watched the game and everything. One thing I just want to say, about Lamar, I just wish, I think he got people in his ear saying that, he has to become a better thrower, and there's stuff that he has to work on, yes, but I just wish that he would just focus on doing what he does well right now, not worrying about what other people says, because I feel like he's doing too much, and honestly, you give credit to the Pittsburgh defense for forcing turnovers, but some of those turnovers, they didn't have to happen. The pick six, it didn't have to happen. Honestly, if they didn't throw the pick six, the Ravens would have won this game. They should have won this game anyway, but it's just those little things. Now, throwing the ball, Lamar has to get better. There's certain things. I saw that 3rd and 2 where he missed Mark Andrews wide open. I don't know if it was a miscommunication, but you got to hit that. I know he hit that 4th and 2, that beautiful 30-something yard pass, but it's just those little things that he has to work on. I saw the improvement from his rookie year to last year, how his footwork improved, how his mechanics improved. But it's a slow progress, and I feel like he's trying to rush that progress, and it's gonna end up hurting him. So I'm like, now just do what you do what you do well, and continue to work on the things that you need to work on. As for the defense, like you were right. When Pittsburgh was in 22 personnel, their basic 11 personnel, just running their main regular offense, they couldn't really do anything. The Ravens defense on those plays were very stifling, honestly, and they held Pittsburgh in check. Now, the problem is when they go 5 wide or when they spread the field out, the thing is with those wide receivers, they're running basically level route. They're running basically levels, rug routes, and everything. And the problem with that, the DBs, although the Ravens have, fast DBs, it's hard to cover those wide receivers because any of those wide receivers that Pittsburgh have, they could be number one. And you can actually put Juju, he can be in the X position, he can be in the Z position, he can be in the slot, he can be in the 3 position and everything. So it's hard to cover that. But I think if we can, the next time, if they can, we can play 4 on the line and we can get to Ben with 4 and we can cause pressure with 4 without blitzing, I think that's going to cause trouble because I looked at the Titans game when they got to him with 4, Ben threw interceptions, Ben threw inaccurately.
They got 2 with 4 and played zone underneath.
They played
low zones underneath.
Well, no, but they also had packages where they played man, and then they had zone in the back. They had zone in the back end, and that's the thing. So I'm like, but if you give Big Ben Big Ben or any quarterback on the level of Big Ben, if you give him that much time, man, he's gonna pick you apart. Now that Juju touchdown, it was set up by a pick by Claypool and everything, and you just got to give them credit because Big Ben is a Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame quarterback, and they got Pittsburgh has always drafted great wide receivers. They have a history of it. Now, moving forward for the Ravens, I say I don't know who they play next, but moving forward, I'm just saying do what you do best. In every statistical category, y'all dominated. Y'all dominated on the ground. Pittsburgh was the #1 rush defense in the NFL. They held King Henry in check last week, but Ravens, they ran roughshod over them. Yep. Like it was like a hot knife through butter. But it's just simple, and it's just all about execution. Make adjustments and then execute. Now coming out in the 3rd quarter, I don't know why they tried to go away from what was working. If you running a mud hole through somebody, don't stop what you're doing and give them life, to do anything else. Keep pounding the rock. Thanks. And I don't know why they stopped it. But, for me, the Ravens, it's all about execution. Let Lamar be Lamar. I know all these people on ESPN and Fox Sports, they're going to say, well, Lamar has to be a better passer. He has to learn how to do this. They're talking about the intrinsic things that he's not doing, but, and it's feeding him. Lamar has to focus on, okay, what do I do well? I am a superb athlete. I am one of the best athletes in the NFL. I can run faster than most people on the field. He has an arm. You put him in positions where he can use that arm. Now, there's a package that they have where they're in 22 personnel with the 3 tight ends and everything, but they have like a Andrews out wide, and they have the other tight end in the pistol with them, and he has many different reads that he can use. You put that. I wish they would use more of that, get him comfortable with it, mix in a couple wide receivers, have like Hollywood Brown in the slot, have him run, a sluggo route and everything, have him run levels, get him with Duvernay, have them do something that throws the defense off. However, you're getting Lamar comfortable, and that's what you got to do. You
can max protect it with both of them, both of those tight ends. You can use McCarry. Not McCarry. You can use Ricard and another tight end. And sometimes send the tight end in the route. Sometimes leave him in the block. Just mix it up.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it's just beefing up, and embrace the fact that you're a running football team.
Yes.
We got all this. You don't have to own it. You don't have to be Patrick Mahomes. Throwing 5 touchdowns a game. You don't have to be Russell Wilson throwing 5 touchdowns a game, or Kyler Murray. You don't have to do all this fancy offense. If you go ground and pound, that's what's worked. Really, nobody's really stopped it. And if you look at all the losses that over the last couple of years that Lamar has played, it's all the games that they lost over the last couple of years. It's because they did too much. Titans game, they had over 650 yards of total offense. Actually, they had way more than that. Almost 800 total yards in offense. Only scored 12 points. Why? Because they got out of character early, and it bit them in the butt, and they couldn't come from behind. That's the problem. People say, well, you got to pass the ball to come from behind. If they can't stop me running the ball, if I'm down by 10 points and they can't stop me, and I'm getting 20-yard gashes for a run, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing until I need to pass. I'm doing what works. They can't stop. They can't stop them. So don't let the outside people influence how you run your game plan. Embrace your role. Embrace what you're good at. Continue to work on the stuff that you're good at. Because I believe, give it 2 or 3 more years, Lamar will be an elite passer in this league. He will as his
legs go, his passing game will rise. As his legs go, and he has to be more fundamentally sound, his passing game will go, and his football IQ for defenses will go up too. Because Mahomes said it last year. He really didn't learn how to read defenses until last year.
And the thing is, you look at Lamar. People coming out of college. They said he should run wide receiver. He had the arm. It's not a question about arm talent. It's a question about the mechanics. His mechanics have improved. I watched him in college, his sophomore and junior year. I noticed his feet were always wide. His feet were usually choppy, and he had that same issue his rookie year. In the San Diego playoff game, he had that issue. Last year, you saw his footwork get better. You saw his eyes get down the field. He's able to dissect coverage. He's able to dissect, if they're in cover 2, if they're playing quarters, if they're playing single high, if they're coming with zero coverage. How do you if you look at that Patriots game, which I think was his signature game, Bill Belichick, he is known for playing zero coverage a lot, especially against young quarterbacks. And you saw Lamar audible out of there and get the ball on the outside because he knew you couldn't go to the perimeter. So Lamar has all the tools and he has all the mechanics. It's just going to be a slow process, and I'm telling him, just don't rush it.
Right.
Just be patient. Be patient. Do what you do and slowly improve. It's all about improvement. We're not asking you to be Superman. You had a unanimous MVP season. You're the second unanimous MVP in all of history. The only other person to do it was Tom Brady back in 2010. So you're in that category of greatness. Just improve on what you need to prove on and do what you got to do. That's all I'm saying to this man. But they're gonna bounce back and they're gonna be fine.
Most definitely. What's your name again so I can lock you in? I'm gonna put a name with the no because I know you're gonna be back next week. I'll just go right.
My name is Phil.
Phil, I got you. Got you locked in. So I appreciate you calling in. I got 3 more calls to go, man. It's a great call. All his points were on, like somebody just put in the chat box. All your points are great. You articulate well. This is the reason I open the phone lines for calls like this, man. Phil, I appreciate you, and I look forward to talking to you next week, man.
Yes, sir. You have a blessed and wonderful evening, sir.
You too. All right. So I'm about to steal something from Vach. He does this thing called Clock Game. because I got to do something at 6 o'clock, and we got 14 minutes. So these next callers, you got 4 minutes to get out what you need. And I hate to do it like this, but these next callers, you got 4 minutes to get out what you need, because the conference is locked, so can't nobody else call in. All right, so I'm gonna set my time at 4 minutes. Then I'm gonna unlock this call first, and then we're gonna go. 8478, who we got?
Hey, it's me. It's Garnett, bro.
Oh, what's up, Garnett? What's up, G West? What's good? I
hate
for you to be the first one on the clock, but go ahead.
Hey, man, I'm gonna run this a little bit better than what we did at the last seconds of the game. But hey, I'm not gonna talk on Lamar's behalf. The brother before me, Phil, he hit his spot on. That's one thing. I wanted to do the hats off, because the fact that a lot of people we're just looking at the now. But I'll say this: Tyus Bowser, you need to go ahead and sign that man. That's one thing I want to throw out there. That man has been playing lights out in coverage, does his responsibilities to a T, like for a Sam linebacker. I'm like that's one. I don't know, since I'm on 4 minutes, I really can't let you say all what you gotta say. I'll let you do the overall at the end though. So Sack Daddy, that boy, he's setting the edge, and he's not getting talked about, but he's been coming around real fast. Well, I mean in a good way, not like step by step. He's growing up, and I can see that in him. That's 2. And 3, only issue that I really had was I felt like I was watching Joe Flacco when Lamar was playing quarterback. Which I just say that if you're a true Ravens fan, if you're a true
Flacco after the Super Bowl, Flacco after the Super Bowl.
Yes. I'm talking about the way how he would stare down the receiver. You know what I'm talking about with that. It just when he had his mind made up, you couldn't tell him no. And that's what happened with Lamar. Hopefully he'll bounce back and realize I can't be doing that. You know what I mean? Like that's simple. All right, and then my last thing though is so I don't know if you were aware, but Hollywood put out a tweet and deleted, and the tweet was he stole the line from Paid in Full, and he said something about
somebody put it in the chat box earlier, said what's the use of having soldiers if you're not gonna use them?
Boom. And the fact that the elephant in the room is the fact that we always week in, week out. I was talking to Matt Wise about it on Twitter, and people were like, people were clamoring, man, we can't wait to we need to get a receiver. We need to get a receiver. I'm in my head, unless it's like a premier top of the line receiver, which nobody's probably trying to give up because all the injuries and COVID. What makes you think a receiver is going to change the way how we go about our business? Hollywood was only targeted 3 times, and that was like in the 4th quarter. Right. So it's like, I understand the frustration, but at the same time, though, guys, we just need to relax. We're 5-2. Hey, hopefully we'll have that come to Jesus moment where we have that mutiny. I don't know if y'all remember this stuff, but when Ray Lewis was gone, they had a come to Jesus moment all together, and then after that, smooth sailing from there. Maybe that happened, but hey, that's all I gotta say.
hey, I appreciate, and yo, all your points good too. But it's all this is fixable stuff. The team don't need to split, and don't need to split right now. All this stuff is fixable. But the best teams overcome adversity and shine in the playoffs, and that's what I'm looking for of our team, because we got a ton of adversity right now on top of the adversity that everybody got with COVID. But we down 2 offensive linemen. Quarterback ain't playing great. It's we at a point where we can get real crappy or we can get real good. And I think we're gonna get real good because we got a good group of guys in that locker room.
Exactly.
Appreciate you, G West, for calling in, and I'm gonna let these last 2 get their 4 minutes in, and we're gonna roll about this thing, man. I sure appreciate you.
All right, God bless you, brother.
All right, peace. All right, Garnett did us a solid. He ain't use his. Oh, there you go. He used all of his 4 minutes. So we're going on to the next one. Let me unmute him. Here we go. 443. Who we got? Did I not unmute?
Hey, what's going on, Coach? It's Paul.
Go ahead now.
Calling from Maryland, man. First of all, thanks for what you always do on your breakdowns and everything, man. But just for me today, man, I don't know if it was just me. Again, I'm not you, Coach. I'm not like Phil. I'm just a really, really good Ravens fan. But outside of last year, the Miami game, when Lamar threw those 5 touchdowns, right?
Mm-hmm.
What really set up our passing was the run. And it seemed like this year we trying to use the pass to set the run, and the Ravens not built that way.
Mm-hmm.
They got to use the run to set up the pass. And like everybody else was saying on the call, that first play, that first possession coming out of halftime, we throwing the ball after we just ran down their throat. Like, come on, man. I know, teams make adjustments and all that other kind of stuff, but like you said on one of the last calls, do your play first to see if they made an adjustment to you. And if they can't stop, even if they make an adjustment, that don't mean they can stop you.
Exactly. Great point.
That don't mean they can adjust all they want to, but see if they going to stop you first.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just trying to, get Lamar to do stuff that I'm not going to say that he's not comfortable with, but outside of what we traditionally do, because they might be, who knows, the coaches might be listening to everybody on the outside too. Oh, he can't throw, he can't this, he can't that. Who cares? Does he win?
Right.
Is he winning?
That's all that matters.
But that's all that matters. If you get to hoist that Lombardi trophy, are they going to say, oh, he did it by passing, or oh, he did it by running? No, they're going to say he did it by winning.
Exactly.
That's it.
And that's what matters in the NFL. Wins.
Right.
You can have 9 million yards. If you don't have wins, who cares?
That's like you put up the stats today. Steelers had way less than everything than us.
Mm-hmm.
Rushing, passing, but what they do? They got a W, right?
They won. They undefeated.
They still undefeated.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, I think they're trying to. And then the other thing is, I think this little bit of adversity for Lamar and for the team might be good for him, because I think they did just steamroll the NFL last year, and they really didn't have to face anything like this. So this is going to show how big of a superstar he really can be by coming back, getting through this adversity. He still can go 14-2 and do the same season that he had last year, except for the end of it, we hoping that we hosting that Lombardi trophy. And
a lot of people picked us not even to be they picked us around the 12-13 win range. So that's still in play.
That's still in play. And I think what a lot of people not seeing too, when I just realized it like a couple of days myself when I was looking at our schedules, in your division, how everybody was saying at the beginning, oh, the Ravens got an easy schedule. Well, yeah, if that's the case, then everybody else in your division do too.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You know what
we
I'm
got the
saying?
toughest division.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Because didn't the Bengals win today?
The Bengals won today, and not to mention with them, I give them maybe another season or two. They're gonna be right in the hoist of things too. Where our division, people don't realize or give us enough credit for, man, is one of the hardest divisions in the NFL. You know what I mean? Even now coming in with, Joe Burrow, you can see he's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the Browns can do whatever the Browns can do, you can never really count them out completely. The organization is a little, disturbed or whatever, but if the players can click, they're going to be a problem. Pittsburgh, for as long as Ben can keep himself together, they're going to be an issue. I know that was the clock, but appreciate you, Coach, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it.
Next week,
have a good week, and we gonna be on the positive side next week. We still got 14-2, 13-3 in mind, and so we just gonna we getting all this negative stuff out today.
Exactly.
Hey, man, have a good one, brother.
You too, Coach. Stay blessed.
You too. All right. Last caller. First off, I want to appreciate you for waiting and, sitting through all those calls. So 518, you're going to close us out. Time starts. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
All right. Hey, what up, Coach? This is D, man. Calling you back. I see Judon spent his way out of the game today, huh? Unbelievable.
He found a way to get out of that thing, didn't
he? Yeah.
Can't blame it on him.
Getting blocked now. Now he's spinning and getting ejected.
It was crap. Man. It was a crappy call though.
It was, but I think that's the epitome of what of what's happening with our team, and I'm gonna give you an example of it. That you look at us from a discipline standpoint, a performance standpoint, a decision-making standpoint. I'm assessing what transpired in the game. I have absolutely no confidence in this coaching staff to make adjustments and or turn things around. They in-game adjustments is horrible. Their coaching matchups against other really good coaching staff, we typically struggle unless we have strong leadership on field. So there's not a lot of confidence. At some point, you are what you're producing. You know, and
you either letting it happen.
I mean,
you either letting it happen.
Say that again?
You either coaching it or you letting it happen.
Contributing.
Right.
Yeah, I know you're a veteran at this thing here, and you look at the game from this standpoint. When are we going to, like, what happened to our strength today? Okay, we started off well, but at some point we got at least what is supposed to be on paper. That secondary is built to match up with Pittsburgh. Marlin, Juice. I mean, we should have performed a lot better against their secondary. Even if they are making rubs, we got some of the most athletic linebackers in the league underneath, corners, safeties. We should have. It don't matter what they produce, what rubs they was running. From a defensive standpoint, we should have had the ability to adjust to that empty. There's nowhere in the world. Me and you sitting here.
You're right. They ran it too much.
At night talking about when they went empty. We didn't know what to do.
I can understand not knowing what to do when they first jump out in it, but bro, y'all got all kind of technology on the sideline, and you pretty deep at DB with the exception of the very back end with Bonds.
Yeah. And Lamar, this is season 3, man. Teams are playing him to make decisions, and they want him to make decisions and take away his first read. Yep. And they're not giving nothing down the middle of the field. At some point, we have to accept he is who the defense is allowing him to be.
Right.
I mean, that caller kind of stole my thunder a little bit when I was saying I was thinking the same thing. It looked like a lot like Flacco. Yeah, for real, because the coach teams, and you know, that league is a copycat league. If teams know, all right, we go empty, they're gonna struggle, or we take away the first read and take away the seams, Lamar gonna have to make a decision. That could be a reason why the guy with the funny haircut in Florida signed with Tampa.
Right.
You know, his
right.
cousin could be telling him some things.
Right.
He can't get me the ball, so you know he ain't gonna get you the ball.
You're exactly right. But that's all points, man. We gonna enjoy the rest of our Sunday. We gonna keep harping on this, and we just gonna hope we get better. Now, if we don't show out Sunday and look at the same thing, it's gonna be a problem.
I think we're in trouble, Coach.
I disagree, but Sunday gonna tell us a lot. Sunday gonna tell us a lot.
All right.
Sunday definitely gonna tell us a lot, and we'll make sure you call next week, and you can either say you was right, and then or you can say I was wrong. With one way or the other, we'll know. Because if we shit the bed Sunday, I'm gonna be on your side.
Okay. All right. They taking away that scene, and they gonna go empty. Copycat league, Coach. I know you gotta go out.
It is. It is.
And what you put on tape is what teams are gonna know you by.
Facts. All facts. All facts.
Yep. All right, Coach. Have a great evening.
All right. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Okay. So that was our final caller, man. We had a bunch of great callers today. I appreciate you guys for calling in and giving your opinions and listening, and even the guys that stayed on for a while because we had other callers. I appreciate your patience, man. It says a lot about our fan base to hang around and do what, and just wait. Just hang around and wait and to get your opinions out. And again, I appreciate you guys for calling in. Obviously you're going to have film coming this week. So this is Coach Evans signing off with Sip the Talent Films, man. Y'all have a blessed Sunday. And again, go Ravens.